Okay, gonna be a lot of bird noises today, nothing I can do about it. So let's start with this. My old lady was watching this, Spanish, whatever. And they got a telethon, so in Spanish they call it a teleton, right? Well, the first thing you notice, it's purple and it's yellow, so we already know that that's Yahweh, that's Yahoo, that's the whole Saturnian thing, right? Then we come up here, and it's one of the sponsors for it is I Am. Now, remember the Viacom logo backwards says I Am? See, all this stuff is not tied up in a nice little package. Then we come over here, okay, and we see the purple hand on the fractal or the heart, right? We see how it's busted. It's prismed, right? The heart. Then we look down here, and it says Guardians. Might have to blow up your page. It says Guardians. Well, here's the two gears that McCleary's always talking about, right? Just like Princess Leia, right? There's the two gears, all right? And here's the one horn, which represents you know what on the dude. It also represents the god of the underworld. And then we got the pig with the purple heart on it, right? The pig with the purple heart. Why do they use a piggy bank? Because it goes back to the story in the Bible. The man was possessed. Jesus came along. He commanded that the demons come out of the man. The demons came out and they were afraid and they said, don't cast us out into utter darkness, back into the abyss or whatever. And Jesus cast them. They said, let us run into the swine. So they ran into some pigs, and the pigs ran into the sea. Well, without getting too technical, because I know what the sea is, we're just going to keep it water, which is the abyss anyway. It says the swine ran into the sea. All right? So because Saturn is the god of commerce, right? Saturn is the god of commerce. You put the money in the swine that the demons ran into. Okay? This stinks. I'm trying to explain this to my old lady, and I think she gets a little bit of it, but not much. Their goal this year is to raise 15 million. We know what the 15 is. Now I'm gonna show you something here. You see this heart with the two hands? You see how those hands are almost like blood red? I'm gonna show you what the heart symbol is. Yes, it looks like a woman's pussy. I get all that, and that's part of it. But well, that's actually a big part of it, but I'm going to show you another facet of this. If we split this down the middle, okay, I got to get this right. If we split this down the middle, you just get two halves, correct? But if we were to look at this, all they have done is they've rounded off the edges, and instead of making it going straight down where it should go from right here and right here, they folded the edges in to give it a curvature. And so what we get is, you'll see this in a minute. Let me erase all this crap. Yeah, let me make that a little bit bigger. Let's erase it. Because you'll get it when you see it. I just got to get rid of all of this stuff first so that it becomes a continual picture. Well, I guess I can do it like this and just redraw the line in. Just bear with me for a minute, because I have to do this while you're looking. You know, a matter of fact, let me just do this, because I got to be careful. This will make sense to you in a minute. Just bear with me. Yes, I know, I didn't do very good in finger painting. I get it. Yes, I can hear people in the background going, "You suck!" I get it. I know. Alright, so I got enough of the color out of here. What I gotta do is I gotta get rid of the rest of it, so let me just do this. Gordon, shut up! Let me just move this whole thing down over here. Now, watch what happens. what you wind up having is if I'll try and paint it in. I've got to go back here, and then I got to go here. I'll just use their color. What basically you've got here, and I know this looks like heck, but I'm trying to do it within the confines of the amount of time I've got to show you, is you got two halves here. Okay? These two things here, these two halves, and let me just draw a box around it real quick. And then just use this eraser and be very careful when I do this because I don't want to fuck it up. I'm going to take this line and we're going to go back across here and connect it. Okay, this is really shoddily done, but basically what it comes out to is these are the two tablets with the laws on them, like the Ten Commandments. You always see them. What they did is they just folded the ends in where it comes back to the original point here. You see how that makes a heart? And so they curved it. These are the laws that were supposed to be written on your heart. Unfortunately, these laws have been used for murder. That's why these two hands are blood red. Because it has to do with, they're killing you, they're sacrificing you, murdering you. So when you look at this symbol up here, there's nothing holy about this. The most unholy thing is that they've used this little child to play on your feelings and your ignorance of what's really going on here. Okay, these here are basically what would be equated, right, to the Ten Commandments. These guys are showing you their version of it because now they're doing it. They're doing it with blood. And so they've got blood on their hands, but they're sticking it right in front of your face. And so their Ten Commandments, which were set up for good, they're using to fucking murder us. And that's what the heart really is. The heart is really just another depiction of the Ten Commandments. And so those that revel in evil throw this out there and they get you to pay their bills. And so that's what that is. It's the Ten Commandments. All of this, they're 15 million. You're raising money for their evil works. The I am, the cube. That's why the heart, you see the heart they got up here is in black. You ever heard of Joan Jett and the Black Hearts? That word jet is an occultic word. Paul McCartney uses it in a song. I believe the name of the song is Jet. It doesn't have anything to do with an airplane. You know, where he says, ah, mater. Mater is another word for mother. Mother is Lucifer, or not Lucifer, but Lucy. And that's Mary. Ah, mater. Mater is maternal. This is why I don't give money to charities, because it don't go there. The purple hand, the fractal heart, the blood on the commandments, the God with the underworld with the horn, the gears of hell. What the fuck? Where do we reside? I told you you're gonna have to pick a side, but you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it. I hope this helps.